In winter, the wood frog freezes solid and completely stops breathing. When spring arrives, it thaws and comes back to life. Welcome to Hidden Truths of Earth. Today, we explore a frozen miracle hidden deep within the silent, snow-covered winter forests. When the brutal winter arrives, most living creatures migrate south or hibernate deep underground to escape the deadly, freezing temperatures. But there is one incredible species that chooses a different path. Instead of fleeing the cold, it lets the cold enter. It allows its entire body to freeze completely solid, surrendering itself to the ice in a process that defies logic. Its heart stops beating, its lungs stop breathing, its blood stops flowing. For months, it shows absolutely no signs of life. This remarkable amphibian is found across North America, thriving in temperate forests and even surviving in the harsh, cold Arctic regions. Unlike other animals that dig deep burrows to find warmth, the wood frog stays dangerously close to the frozen surface. It takes shelter just beneath the leaf litter, a shallow hiding spot that exposes it directly to the freezing ambient temperature. This behavior forces the frog to endure sub-zero temperatures that would instantly kill almost any other vertebrate animal on Earth. It is not escaping the winter, it is preparing to become part of it. The transformation begins as the temperature drops. As the air turns frigid, the water inside its body begins to crystallize. This is the start of a deadly process. Ice forms first in the body cavity and peripheral tissues. The cold creeps inward, turning fluids into solid structures of ice. Normally, if cells freeze internally, the sharp ice crystals rupture the delicate cell membranes, leading to immediate and irreversible death. The frog faces a critical challenge: how to let its body freeze without allowing its vital cells to be destroyed from within. To survive this, the wood frog has evolved a sophisticated biological defense system that acts like a natural antifreeze solution. The moment the frog feels the first touch of ice on its skin, a powerful biological alarm triggers throughout its system. Its liver immediately springs into action, beginning a massive production process that is crucial for the animal's survival during winter. The liver releases an enormous amount of glucose into the bloodstream. The sugar levels rise rapidly to combat the freezing cold. The concentration of glucose in the blood can increase up to 100 times its normal level in a very short time. This massive amount of glucose acts as a powerful cryoprotectant, a biological antifreeze that changes the physics of the cell fluids. It lowers the freezing point of the fluids inside the cells and keeps essential water from being drawn out and frozen. By preventing internal ice formation, the glucose ensures that the delicate internal structure of the cells remains unbroken and perfectly intact. But sugar is not the only hero. The frog also increases production of urea, which works alongside glucose to protect tissues. Urea helps stabilize proteins and cell membranes, adding another layer of defense against the harsh physical stress of freezing solid. With this chemical armor in place, the frog allows the majority of its body water to turn into hard, cold ice. As the freezing completes, the vital signs vanish. The heart beats its final rhythm and then falls into a deep silence. Breathing stops entirely. The blood stops circulating. Oxygen is no longer being delivered to the organs or the brain. Brain activity drops to near zero. The frog enters a state of suspended animation that mimics death in every measurable way. The body enters a state called metabolic arrest. The cells reduce their energy demand to the absolute minimum required for existence. Vital energy reserves like ATP are carefully conserved. The biological machinery of the body effectively shuts down to wait out the winter. Enzymes stop working and enter a dormant state. The frog is now a frozen object, waiting for the warmth of spring. Weeks turn into months. The frog remains buried under the snow, a lifeless statue in the frozen heart of the forest. Usually, if a brain is deprived of oxygen for just a few minutes, the cells die. So how does the frog survive? The wood frog possesses an incredible ability known as anoxia tolerance. Its cells are adapted to survive without a fresh oxygen supply. It actively regulates its internal pH levels, preventing the toxic buildup of acids that usually occurs when blood flow stops completely. Protective proteins stabilize the cell membranes, ensuring they do not collapse or degrade during the long months of frozen suspension. Finally, the seasons change, the sun climbs higher, and the warmth of spring begins to penetrate the layer of leaf litter. As the ambient temperature rises, the thawing process begins. The ice melts slowly, turning back into water within the frog's body. Deep inside, a miracle occurs. Spontaneously, without any external shock, the heart muscles twitch and begin to beat once again. Blood circulation is restored, flushing oxygen-rich fluid back into the starved tissues. The organs wake up from their long winter sleep. Within just a few hours, brain activity returns to normal levels. The frog is no longer a statue, it is alive again. It requires no medical resuscitation, no damage repair. The body simply reboots itself, fully functional and ready to continue its life. It emerges from the leaves, hopping away with vigor. It survived the impossible to fulfill its role in the cycle of life. Scientists are studying this incredible ability, hoping to unlock secrets that could revolutionize human medicine and organ transplant technology. Understanding how to freeze tissue without damage could allow us to preserve human organs for transplants for much longer periods. It also offers clues for cryonics and the dream of suspended animation for long-duration space travel in the distant future. The wood frog challenges our very definition of death. It walks the thin line between existence and oblivion, and returns. Nature has evolved solutions that science is only just beginning to understand. Life, it seems, is far more resilient than we imagine. This tiny creature forces us to ask a profound question. Is the boundary between life and death truly as clear as we think? Nature holds secrets that challenge our understanding of existence. Thank you for watching Hidden Truths of Earth. See you next time.